All right, welcome back. So what is up at the moment then? Well, I'm sort of working towards a few different things at the moment, I suppose, is a good way to look at it. Remember, we've got our bees now, um, so that's pretty good. Um, we do probably want to keep on um, getting honeycomb because remember that is our source of slime balls, right? Um, Now, I did actually have problems before driving the car into the other area. I think maybe it just doesn't work, but I'm just curious because now that I've sort of when I added Spectrum, it kind of things messed up a bit. I think it might just be impossible to get the car through. Um, you know what I could try before we even do that? We don't even need to try that. Can I get this through? Okay, so we could get things through. It could just be that this car is just too much for it to get in. I don't think the car itself goes in, right? Yeah. So we can throw items through, and I think probably that means the bees will go through as well, and probably even like a horse would go through. But the car is not going to go through. It doesn't matter. It's not. It's nothing to do with anything. Okay, it's at least worth knowing that. Um, um, so I mean, I could have different cars for different areas. That would be one way to solve that problem, but it would mean more cars basically. Could do unique cars for each um, for the different situations that we're going to have. Let me just check on the other side then. There is. Yeah, and we can see the end. Kind of wish he hadn't come through, to be honest. Um, all right, so you can see basically. So one of the next tasks as well. I want to be able to get from this portal up to the surface really easily, right? Now you may have noticed I was doing something with upward tunnels, and so that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to do a tunnel. We're going to go all the way to the surface, so we won't have to do this business again, right? Well, you really have moved, haven't you? Because this is obviously a bit tedious to do this. Um, um, Now to get to the surface, you can see how it's fair. It's a reasonable distance up. What I'm going to do though, um, I was thinking about the amount of stacks I might need. Right. This was, by the way, I probably didn't even bother. This was when I was a bit confused about things. I kind of messed it up a little bit. I also realized you can't really put glass panes at the top. But what I was thinking of doing, we'll just do a little area here anyway, just while we're here, right? Maybe a little chest somewhere. Maybe I'll bring that wood over. Oh, it's so dark. So I really don't have a bed here at all. Hmm. I've got my wool though, I can sleep. Let's just do that then. Uh, so we need wool, and we're going to need to have, what else do we need? Got to be a little bit careful because this is actually not really blocked in. Didn't think this through. I guess the baby zombies can get through it. Let me just make the bed before we run into trouble here. Basically, what I'm going to need is about 9 stacks. That'll be enough to build a tunnel, right? Because because I decided on that 5x6 size, right? So what it essentially means, let's just put the bed in here for now. I'm not sure if we're going to stay here, but at least we've got. It's just such an awkward area here. I did want to build something, and so yeah, we do need a chest here though for sure, right? Before we get our up and running with the refined storage. So this is going to be the refined storage chest. What has happened to my binding? How's my binding not here? Did I just put it away for some reason? Oh, that is annoying. No, but I literally just picked it up through the portal. What on earth has happened to it? Did I put it in here by mistake? Yeah, of course I did. Oh, there's another bed here anyway. Okay. Bit of a fail today. You know what? We do need to have a bed with us anyway. Okay, let me think. Alright. Let's think how we're going to do this. Let's take the binding. This is going to be our refined storage chest, right? So let's think about what we actually need for refined storage. Well, maybe I should organize this a little bit better. Everything on here is going to be Oritech. We'll put it back when we do that. Oritech, Oritech, Oritech. Technically, this crafter, it was supposed to be Oritech, but it hasn't got use now. And the compass, I need to name it an anvil. We basically definitely need... Yeah, I couldn't use that. Again, these things are giant chasm and elevator. So we've got those. So we've got a lot of Oritech stuff. Maybe really I should just put my Oritech stuff away before we do anything. But what I really need to do is collect blocks, like stacks, as many stacks as blocks as I can, so I can build this tunnel up from this thing. So we can basically access this a bit more quickly, right? Let's do that as the priority for now. Yeah, because once we can build it out of here, it's going to make things a lot quicker. Let's just get a bit more coal while we're here. Never too much coal. And we do need an anvil because we're gonna work through Spectrum as well. That's sort of part of the aim here. See, an area like this, there's a big gap, right? Big drop. Could have a tunnel going down here, or more likely, I'm just gonna. And of course, we can always do this thing, right? I can just place a torch anywhere I want just to see what's going on. Gives me basically long range placement forever. But yeah, it's a bit more coal. Yeah, because what I could do, we'll see. I want to collect as many stacks, really trying to minimize the inventory. I'm curious to see if any bees come through. I should probably keep breeding them as well, right? So let's just put our Oritech stuff away for now. Whichever chest is emptier. And we basically have to... I want to look for stacks of blocks, right? So if we can get 9 stacks, we can basically build a really nice tunnel, right? And let's keep going with this process as well. So it was the one with... Yeah, there you go. Okay, we'll just drop that there because it's always really going to be useful for now. Just a couple of notes about that though. Biopolymer, right? So we want this stuff, which is going to be which is easy to get from solid, because that can make plastic sheets. Plastic sheets are pretty useful. Basically, what I'm thinking of doing is having the portable energy cube, using the lava to power it. And this all goes in with the battery, right? Because the battery needs plastic sheets, yeah. This I like. I like this idea. The sulfuric. I guess we can't get oil though. I don't know. I'm not sure how we're going to get the oil. The other option. What was the other way to get these things? Plastic sheets we know how to get. Steel fluxite. How do we get fluxite? Platinum ore. Oh, we can just use platinum in the centrifuge. And we've already got some platinum. No, that's too advanced. This is more advanced as well. Oh, that's interesting. So we'll definitely try and get more platinum. But for now, I just want to work on getting loads of stacks of blocks, basically. So for instance, we could use netherite for the ceiling, right? So say we need like about 3 or 4 stacks. We're not actually that far, right? I'll use netherite for the ceiling because it's easiest to do. Is there another easier block to... What can we do with netherite? Make it to red sand. But basically, yeah. We'll just fill up a stack. Fill up this stack. So 3 stacks of netherite should be enough for a decent tunnel. And then it's basically just, if we've got like single stacks of different materials, there isn't really much in the way of that here, though. Or here. So for instance, stuff like that, right? That could be 1 row of the wall. Or that could be 1 row of the wall. Or that could be 1 row. Oh, and that could be 1 row, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're actually pretty close to being able to build at least some sort of thing, right? So then we would basically have to put that all on the hot part. Right. Anything else? Good way to clear my inventory as well, right? Any more stacks of crap? I mean, this I'm not going to need, this thing. Not for a while, anyway. You know what would be cool is if a single block is in an inventory. If single block is in an inventory for too long, it just disappears. Because a lot of this stuff, like the one redwood plank or whatever, I wouldn't need that in the inventory for a long period of time. So remember, we do need. Okay, so I think we're okay to. Should we build the tunnel now? I think we're good. We've got basically. Let's just do this. We've got like. There's our floor, right? And there's our roof. So our floor is here. Our roof is here. And then that's basically going to be the 3 rows of the wall. Right? So if we just do all that, we set it up like that, we should be able to make a tunnel really well. You don't need them all in the hotbar, but just to illustrate, just to make it clearer for me. Blackstone. These are both blackstone, mate. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be the most attractive. We could actually do, you know what, I've probably got some glass panes. At least have some glass in there, right? Which is the least attractive. Peat dirt, blackstone, or peat podzol. Probably peat dirt is the least, right? So we'll swap that out for you. So at least there's some, at least there's a little, because I realised that if you put glass in the middle row of the 3, then basically it's fine, right? The pane, even the panes are fine. So that would have to be. Trying to think. I'm trying to keep remembering how the order works. Yeah, so it'll be something like this, basically. It's when it puts it into the thing, right? Like that. That should work. As long as I do everything else correctly, that will work, I think. Come on, let me sleep.